Hello guys, welcome back to this course. In this video, we will discuss about the functional interfaces. The consumer, predicate, function, supplier. These are the by default functional interfaces. That means these functional interfaces are provided by the Java. Let's go and explore these functional interfaces. Let me open this Eclipse. I'm inside my Eclipse. First, we will look at this consumer. Okay, so let me open this consumer. Okay, let me go inside this consumer. If you see here consumer, right, the consumer is basically interface, and this consumer they marked it as functional interface. We know that if this consumer is a functional interface, it should have only one abstract method. That abstract method is accept. From this method declaration, you can understand that this accept method only take the input. It does not return any output. Okay, it does not return anything basically. And if I scroll down, we have one more default method. This part already we covered in the previous video. So inside a functional interface, you should have only one abstract method, but you can have a number of static and the default method. Okay, let's explore this consumer method. Okay, first we know that the consumer will take only the input. Okay, so first you have to declare the type of the input. I'm going to pass the string here. Okay, see, and you know this, the consumer only take the input. Okay, I'm going to use the lambda syntax. Okay, the input is str. We know this basically does not return anything. Okay, I'm just using sysout.println, and you can use this to string or to char, to uppercase, to lowercase, any operation you can perform. It only take the input. It does not return anything. Okay, so let me print to uppercase. Okay, hold this, I'll end this. Okay, now I'm going to save this. Now you can see we have consumer here. This consumer is a functional interface, and we are passing a string input. Okay, the input type is the string, and that input variable is str, and we are whatever the data that we are receiving, we are converting into uppercase. We are doing the sysout because the consumer does not return anything. It takes only the input. So let me write here, it takes only input. Okay, so now we already seen that the consumer interface is having one method. That method is accept. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll save this. I'll write c dot accept. In this accept method, you have to pass the parameter, nothing but data. Let me pass, that is nothing but Sai. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'll press Ctrl F11. You can see we got the output successfully. It got converted into a to uppercase. Okay, we got into a to uppercase. Okay, this is what this accept method is, the abstract method. It is available inside your consumer. That's what we already seen this. For the accept method, you have to pass the input. It does not return any output. Okay, now this consumer takes only one input. We have the by consumer as well. Okay, this by consumer will take the two inputs. Okay, let's see here. Let's write this. It's a by consumer. Let me write this by consumer. First explore this. I'm going to open this by consumer. See, the by consumer same as the consumer only, but you can see here it is having two inputs. It does not return anything. It's having the default method. Okay, so it will just accept the two inputs. That's we call it as by consumer. Okay, let me write here two inputs. Okay, I'm going to pass two inputs, both are strings. Okay, I'm declaring my two inputs are the strings. I'm going to use by equal to, I'm going to use the lambda expression. The one variable is str1, the other variable is str2. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll do sysout println str1 dot a concat str2. I'll save this. Now I'll come here by dot accept. I have to pass the two inputs. Okay, the first input I'm going to pass is Sai. The second input I'm going to pass is Krishna. Okay, so basically this two strings has to concatenate. Okay, they has to give the output. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to press Control F11. Okay, we got Sai and we got the Sai Krishna as well. So from this point we can clearly say that for a by consumer you can pass two inputs. For a consumer it will take single input. Okay, now we need to understand one more thing, that is a chaining. Okay, what exactly this chaining is? See, chaining is, for example, let's say see and so what exactly chaining means? Right now you can see here, right? I'm having a how many consumers? Two consumers I'm having. One is this C and second one is buy. Now my requirement is, you can understand the requirement. Requirement is, so first requirement is the step one. Step one is concatenation. Okay, the step two is convert into uppercase. Step 2 is convert into uppercase. Okay, how we can do this? So for example, if you look at here, right, I'm having a two consumers. Okay, one consumer, this is the buy consumer, will do the concatenation. We have one more consumer, that is nothing but C. This consumer will convert into uppercase. How I can use these two consumers as together? Understand? Using the two or more consumers. Okay, so that is what the requirement is. How we can do that? Let's see. Let me take you to this by consumer class or as a consumer class. We have one more default method, that is and then. This and then method will accept the consumer. You can see here, right? We have one more default method. This default method accept the consumer. Let's see this in action. Okay, I'm going here. What I'm going to do here is, first step is concatenation. I'm going to use by dot accept. I'm going to pass a new name, so that is like Sai. I'll pass the one more name, that is Chaitanya. Okay, and this is what we have. You can see here, right? We have a requirement. The first step is to convert the uppercase. The second step is to calculate length. So chaining is nothing but using one or more consumers. Sorry, or two or more consumers. Okay, that's what chaining is. Let's start creating this. For converting uppercase, already we have one consumer. Okay, it is ready. Now we need to write one more consumer to calculate the length. I'm going to copy this. I'll paste it here. Okay, I'll change it to C2. So basically this also, input is string only. Instead of converting uppercase, we need to calculate its length. Okay, now I'll save this. Now we need to do chain. How we can do the chain? Carefully see here, right? C dot, okay, and then basically accepts the consumer. Okay, we are passing C2, that is consumer, dot accept. Our string is, let's say, Sai. Okay, how it internally happens? So internally what it will do, right? C dot, first it will do accept, because that's what you have written. First one is C, right? So first it will do C dot accept. Okay, and then it will pass inside that accept as Sai. Okay, this will return caps, caps, that is nothing but Sai. This is what you can understand from this consumer. It will take input, it will just convert that into a uppercase. Okay, next it will do the C2 dot accept and you will pass Sai here. Okay, now what will happen? It will return the length. That's what you can see from this consumer C2. Okay, it will return the length. So the length is nothing but 3. So you got Sai, which is in caps, and you got the length 3. Let's save this. Let's run this. Let's press Ctrl F11. So you got Sai and you got 3 as well. That's all for this video. See you in the next video.